Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure that you subscribe before you leave, that way you'll never miss out on another video. I do a free pick a card reading on my channel every single Friday. Okay, so before we get started, a few really quick announcements. Chakra bracelets are restocked up in my store. A lot of you guys have been messaging me and asking me, and I finally got some back up in stock. So go ahead and check that out. And let's get started with the reading. Okay, so this reading is going to be messages from our future self. So I'm talking about maybe 5 to 10 years down the line. Now, what I want you to do before we start the reading is kind of imagine what you want your life to look like, who you want to be within the next 5 to 10 years. What are you wearing? What do you look like? What position are you at? Are you happy? The best possible version of you that you could put into your mind right now. No judgment, no anything. Do not judge yourself. And dream big if you want to. Like this, there's no judgment here. So the best possible version of you that you could imagine, I want you to put that image in your mind, and we're going to be channeling from that image of you today. We're going to be asking that energy messages that they want to send to you. So what you're going to do is keep that image in your mind and go ahead and pick group number 1, 2, 3, or 4, and let's get started. Okay, for everybody that picked group number 1, let's see what your future self has to tell you. Okay, if you hear something in the background, that is my heater because it is freezing cold and I need the heater on right now. Okay, so the first card that we get is rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. So I feel like a huge message from your future self is telling you to slow down. First of all, I feel like you are in a hectic, very fast-paced lifestyle right now, and it's burning you out, and it will burn you out in the future to a point where you'll be forced to take a break if you don't allow yourself to slow down right now. The next card that comes up is surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break. Again, you're getting that message. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. This is really interesting that you got the same message in the first 2 cards. So your future self is definitely going to be somebody at a position of high status. But not only that, it's also going to be somebody that is very spiritually enlightened, very spiritually aware, and spiritually grown to a point that has surpassed what you even thought, which means you're going to have a lot of manifestation abilities. You're going to be spiritually very awakened, and in the future, your future self is going to be a very calm but stern version of yourself, if that makes sense. It's going to be calm, yet it can create the storm when it needs to create the storm. But your future self is telling you that in order for you to get there, you have to slow down right now. Take breaks, relax, and rest when you need to. And I feel like you know when you need to. You just don't give it to yourself. You feel bad for giving it to yourself, or you just kind of put other things as priority, and you put yourself on the back burner. You put yourself last. And your future self is saying, no, you can't do that, because where you are going in your life really requires you to give yourself those breaks once in a while. That comes to the next card, which is naked before the stars. 18. 8 plus 1 is 9, and 9 is the number of endings, but also new beginnings. So I feel like, yeah, this card gives me a very strong energy of spiritual growth, and in a way where you are going to harness your shadow self. In your future self is going to be very in tune with both your light self and your shadow self, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you will have full control over your demons, over your shadows, and you'll be able to work with them instead of them dominating your life. You'll be able to work with your shadow self and manipulate a lot of energy. But it's very, very essential that you give yourself those breaks in between. I feel like you're going to be very spiritually powerful within the next 5 to 10 years. And not only that, but you're I feel like right now you're not taking care of yourself the way you want to. Maybe you're not dressing yourself up every day the way you truly want to. Maybe you're wearing clothes or doing your hair or whatever. I feel like it's an outer beauty kind of thing that you're not doing, that you always wanted to do, or that you just think about doing, or you're just like, hey, you know, I've always wanted red hair, but I'm too scared to try it. I feel like that's the energy that is right now, is you picture yourself looking a certain way, but you don't look like that yet. And in the future, you're going to surpass that. I feel like you're not only going to look like the version of yourself that you want to look like physically, but you're going to surpass that and go beyond that and look like a million times of a better version than the best version of yourself you pictured, if that makes sense. Because you're just going to surpass a lot in your life, which means like spiritually, physically, mentally, you're going to go beyond what you think you are going to go to. And that comes to the next card, which is Yamaya. Yamaya, Grandmother Ocean. Yamaya is the mother of the ocean. She is very, very protective of her children. She's a very motherly figure, a very motherly energy. And I feel like in the future, 5 to 10 years from now, you're really, really going to tap into that. Either you're going to become a mother or even a grandmother, or you're going to tap into your divine femininity in such a way that I feel like you're going to almost have dominance and control over people because of how feminine you are, but you use your femininity. Just your feminine presence alone, I feel like, is going to cast spells on people. Just because of the way that you're going to surpass all your expectations, your energy level is going to be such a high vibration that you walk into a room and you don't even have to make a sound. People will sense your energy and turn around and look at you. That is the energy that I'm feeling for you 5 to 10 years from now. That comes to the next card, which is Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. This goes very, very hand in hand with the first two cards that you got. Your future self is really telling you right now, stop working so hard and stop focusing so hard on your obligations and your responsibilities, and give yourself some dance. Give yourself time to mingle with your life. Give yourself time to bond with your life, to enjoy your life. You know, you don't let yourself enjoy the moment because you're always caught up in either the future or the past or all the things that you need to take care of. And now your future self is really telling you, like, that's fine and all, but don't forget about yourself and don't forget to put yourself first. Don't forget to let yourself rest and rejuvenate, because that in those moments of stillness that you rest and rejuvenate, your future self even is going to give you a lot of messages that you will know what these messages are. You will know that it is from your future self or a higher version of you, and you will know to follow these. But it's very important for you to slow down and to give yourself things that you enjoy. Like, let yourself have those things. It's okay, and not only is it okay, but it's very, very beneficial and crucial for you in your future. And that comes to the last card in your reading, which is choosing your path. All is possible. Right now is the time for you to choose your own path, and I feel like your future self really, really wants you to know that the steps that you're taking right now, you have to really think about it and reevaluate. Like, everything you do from the moment you wake up in the morning to the moment your head hits the pillow at night, are you doing at least one thing that is moving you toward that best version of yourself that you had in your mind, that image, your self-image of yourself 5 to 10 years from now? Did you do something today to move towards that? Because it's very important that you do. It's very important that you choose to do that. You know, like, don't choose someone else over yourself, if that makes sense. Don't choose something you really don't want to do over something that really, really excites you. You know, so that's a huge message. And the biggest message from your future self is all is possible. If you can do these things, if you can allow yourself and give yourself some solitude and rest time, breaks here and there, slow down a little bit, I feel like you're going to go very, very far, and there's going to be a lot of things possible that you didn't even imagine were possible. Your vision of your future self, I feel like you limit that vision a little bit, and that's okay. That's okay, because your future self wants you to know that you are going to surpass that image that you have in your mind of yourself 5 to 10 years from now, and that's very exciting. And I feel a very warm, beautiful, like, how do I say it? Like, you know, like sadhus and gurus in India where they sit and meditate for long, long periods of time. I feel that kind of meditative energy coming from your future self. It's a very calm energy, but like I said, you can call the storm when you need to call the storm, but you have full control over it. In your future self is very, very high vibration when it comes to that. Very powerful. You're going to be very, very powerful 5 to 10 years from now. So I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. If you guys want to book a reading with me, go ahead and head to my Etsy store. If you guys want to purchase any of the chakra bracelets or the ritual candles, those are up too. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. For everybody that picked card group number 2, let's see what your future self has to tell you. I see a lot of beauty in this reading, like magical, majestic beauty. Yeah, like very, very magical. I can't even tell you guys. The first thing that I see is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising and you are the Oracle. Okay, so 5 to 10 years from now, I feel like you're going to be very, very spiritually awakened. And this is something that was in the first reading too, but for you guys, especially for this group of people, you're going to become a light. I feel such an angelic energy from your future self where you, like, I don't know, maybe you're into spirituality, you are into oracle and tarot readings, or you're very, very clairvoyant, clairaudient. You definitely have some kind of psychic ability, and I feel like you have tapped into it. Here and there you may tap into it. Sometimes you doubt it right now, but in the future you're really going to come into full circle and really own it, and you're just going to become your spiritual self completely. Like, I feel like your radiance is going to glow so far in the future that everywhere you walk, you're going to carry this energy of just so angelic, and people are going to notice you. You're also going to have this very attraction energy, which means like whenever people see you, people are going to be drawn to you. People are going to want to tell you their problems. I feel like that's the kind of life, something about that is really going to be integrated into your life 5 to 10 years from now. You're really going to be doing something where you are helping other people using your mind, using your psychic abilities. And I feel that so strongly. The next card that comes up is Back to What You Love. Reevaluate your desires. Okay, so your future self right now is asking you, are you doing what you're doing in your life right now? Your job, your daily lifestyle, your daily routines, your relationship that you're in. Are all of these things truly what you want, or are you staying in these things because you feel responsible or obligated, or maybe because you have been taught that this is the right path and you're afraid to choose another path? Like, I feel that kind of an energy where your path is going to change. 5 to 10 years from now, you're really going to start heading into the path that you really want to. And it's going to kind of be a little bit effortless for you, because you're going to follow your heart. I feel like you're going to get sick and tired of following other people's rules, sick and tired of following tradition, religion, society, looking at social media, following what Hollywood and TV has taught you. And like right now, you're kind of still following a lot of those things, but you are breaking out of it. And I feel like your future self really wants you to know that it's okay for you to go towards what you love. It's okay for you to follow the path that excites you. And that comes to the next card, which is Surrender to the Magic of Who You Are. I have chills. Like, I'm getting chills while I'm doing your reading. Your future self is really trying to tell you that please, like, it's begging you, please go towards the things that you love, the people that you love, the job that you love, the lifestyle that you love, you know, and the more and more you can do that, the more and more you can become that vision of yourself that you have in the future. You can become closer and closer to that. But I feel like you're one of those people, this was the same thing in group 1 reading. You're going to surpass that vision. You're going to surpass that vision like far beyond this physical world. You're going to become very spiritually heightened to where I feel like you might even get like a medium. Like mediums get messages from spirits, spirit guides, the universe, synchronicities. Like you just get these messages and you no longer have to question what they are, because you will know. I feel like your spirit guides, the universe, whatever, your higher self, it's going to teach you within this next 5 to 10 years. It's going to teach you everything you need to know. And then 5 to 10 years later, now when you see these synchronicities, when you see these messages, you'll know that it's from something divine, and you'll know what it means. You'll know what to do when these messages come up. And yeah, like you're going to be very spiritually awakened, just like the people in the group number 1. But for you, it's like 10 times more stronger. And that comes to the next card, which is surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. This is a message that also came up in group 1. So I feel like maybe you'll want to watch that group 1 reading too. But the fact that the obsession card is right next to it. Okay, so I feel like there is something right now that you are so obsessed with. Whether it's a lifestyle that you want, something you want to attain, a relationship, a job, something. But you're constantly thinking about it and even trying to manifest it. And I feel like the message from your future self is right now you need to slow down. I feel like you're doing everything that you possibly can to attain this or to manifest it. And you're sending kind of that desperate energy out into the universe. So your future self is telling you, hey, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. You're going to succeed. And you're going to become this very, very powerful force. Very powerful force. But you need to slow down because you're not listening to your own mind right now. I feel like you're educating yourself through like YouTube videos, books, just all this, anything you can get your hands on. But these are all outside resources, and that's fine. That's perfect. That is beautiful that you're doing that. But your future self is asking you, keep doing all of that. Keep researching, reading, teaching yourself, observing. Like it's an obsession for you. But your future self is also asking you to slow down and go inwards, because the knowledge and wisdom and secrets that you have in your mind, that your higher self can reveal to you, kind of surpass anything that you can read or see on TV or books or videos. That's a very strong message I'm getting, that your future self is like, hey, and this is something else that just popped in my head, is when you go to sleep, make sure that you are using your sleep to your advantage. What I mean by that is maybe keep a little baggie of mugwort under your pillow to get divination through your dreams, messages through your dreams. You may even get visits from your future self in your dreams that can tell you more of what you want to know. And you can also sleep with a bay leaf under your pillow. Maybe write a question on a bay leaf and put it under your pillow and go to sleep. You can sleep with your favorite crystal under your pillow, but definitely something to do with your dreams. Work with your dreams and kind of manipulate that energy. Use it to your advantage. And if you're having nightmares right now, sprinkle some salt around your bed so that the nightmares can go away. You can also not even carve, you could just mix some salt and water and draw protection symbols all over your bed, because the salt water will not show. It'll dissolve and dry right into your bed or right into the walls of your bedroom. So it's a beautiful spell that you could do to protect yourself in your dreams. And you could do the same thing for receiving messages through your dreams. Like you want to protect yourself while you're trying to receive messages in your dreams too. You don't want like something else to come through. So like sprinkle the salt or draw like a protection sigil around your bed and your bedroom. But definitely work with your dreams. I feel like you're going to get visits from your spirit guides, from your higher self, your future self, from the universe. your ancestors even, but definitely there are spirit guides around you that are trying to send you messages. And I feel like one of the biggest ones is your higher self, is your future self. And that comes to this card, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to give. And the same thing keeps popping up into my head. I feel like there's going to be a lot of communication coming to you within your dreams. And it's very important for you to work with that and allow yourself to receive the messages. I want you to see something very, very interesting. This card that popped up is the number 3. This card that popped up is the number 3. The number 3 is the number of creation. It's the number in alchemy of creation. So I feel like you have the power to create any life you imagine for yourself. But there are doubts within you, and it's very important for you to go into solitude, and in silence, peace prevails. I feel like there's a lot of chaotic turbulence going on within your heart and your mind right now too, and your future self is telling you that this is all going to fade and die out, and you're going to really learn how to control this chaos that goes on within you. Oh my God, dude, do you see that? 3, 3, 3. This is very, very powerful because your future self is really trying to tell you something with the number 3. You're going to have a very, very, very strong energy of creation, which means like you could think about something and it will manifest within a few hours. Your future self, 5 to 10 years from now, you're going to become at a place of very high vibration, and you're going to connect with angels. You're going to connect with a lot of good spirits. This reading is very, very powerful. I still have chills. So your future self is definitely trying to tell you right now, give yourself some alone time. Give yourself that rest and the sleep. Give yourself silence, because when you can silence your mind, messages come through. When you can silence your mind, the path shows up. The guidance shows up. The clarity shows up. Now, this is something that I feel like mentioning too is I was watching an interview with Taraji Henson. I think that's how you say her name. She was Cookie on Empire, and she was talking about a lot of people get intimidated by the word meditation because they think that they have to sit with their legs crossed and chant Om, and that's not for everyone, and that's not the only way that you can silence your mind. Meditation is where you can allow your thoughts to come up enough so that you let them come up and come up and come up, no matter how long it takes. 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. And then these thoughts start to calm down, and silence. In silence, peace prevails. Now, for me, I can't do that. I cannot just sit down in silence and then my thoughts calm down. I've never been able to do that, and I cannot do that. When I meditate, I will cook or clean. I just allow myself to be in my head while I'm doing something. And that's a meditation for me because it calms the thoughts. How can you calm your thoughts in the most efficient way is you have to allow them to come up. And a lot of the times we don't allow them to come up. And I feel like your future self is saying, hey, you got to allow your thoughts to come up because they're blocking this angelic energy right now. Allow them to come up so that they can just be silenced. So whatever it is that you do to meditate, for me, it's cooking or cleaning, or I'll take a walk, or I'll listen to music, or I will just sit alone, light candles, incense, and I will just get myself a glass of wine, and I'll just sit there, just be with my thoughts with my glass of wine. That's a huge form of meditation for me. Because for me, alcohol, and this is not for everyone, because some people can abuse it, but for me, it lowers the filters of my mind so that I can allow these thoughts to come up and not be afraid to let them come up. You know what I'm saying? But this is not for everybody. I just wanted to give you an example of what I kind of do. But that's a huge message from your future self too, is find a way that you can meditate, find a way that you can get inside of your mind, because it is going to bring you very, very close to your future self, which is a very, very high vibration spirit. And you're definitely going to be seeing angels and angelic beings and angelic spirits and feeling angelic energy. For everybody that picked group number 3, let's go ahead and see what your future self has to tell you. The first card that comes up is Taken. Longing for home, belonging. The original light workers. Ooh. Okay, so this is very important. You were sent on this planet to really raise the vibration of the planet. You are a spirit that is unlike others. There's a very calmness and tranquility about you. And there's a very beautiful, serene energy that is attached to your spirit. Like, your spirit is very serene and calm and blissful. But I feel like there are some turbulence that comes and goes, and you question why that happens when you try to live your life in a peaceful manner. That's very interesting. Your spirit is very, very beautiful. Okay, so the next card that comes up is New Love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects, or for spiritual growth. Okay, I'm trying to see what messages are coming through. Surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Surrender to miracles. Okay, it's coming together. It's coming together. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. And then we have Perchance to Dream. Okay. And then we have the Crane Bag, which is decluttering, choices, and clutter, and Ocean Medicine. That's interesting. Okay. And the last card is Overcoming Obstacles. You can overcome anything. Okay, so a big message from your future self right now is there's definitely something big that you're going through right now. It's a struggle, it's a challenge, it's something in your life that is causing you turmoil, and it's causing you some stress and a lot of doubt and maybe some insecurity too. Okay, so you are a child of the ocean. That's something that I see. You're very connected to the ocean. I feel like when you go near the ocean, you feel very calm, and just that same calmness and serenity that you get from the ocean, or you get from water, like the river, lake, the sea, waterfalls, you have that energy, and I feel like you're very connected to those energies. And I feel like the person in your life that you're going to be partners with, your partner, the love of your life that is coming in your life, if they're not in your life already, both of you guys are going to really explore your love near the water. I feel like you guys are going to be doing a lot of activities near water. Scuba diving, you know, exploring caves inside the water, just living near the water, visiting the beach often. I feel like there's a lot of you near the water in your future, and it has to do with actually your soul's path. And another thing is, I feel like a lot of the rituals that you're going to be learning, a lot of the manifestation techniques that you're going to be accepting and practicing is going to have to do with the water. You might start working with Yamaya more. And I feel like maybe if you're not working with Yamaya, you might want to start working with Yamaya, or, you know, look up the gods and goddesses of the ocean. And I feel like you're really going to resonate, and I feel like they're calling to you to work with them, because you have this connection, very, very deep connection with them, that is really going to open your path and open your roads in such a way. And also, like fish, if you could get like a little fish tank for your house, or maybe like a little pond for outdoors in your backyard, your front yard or something, or like a photo, a painting of fish or something, it's really going to help open your roads, because you're very, very connected with the ocean. Your spirit is very connected with the sea. So really tap into that. And I feel like your future self is telling you, you're going to have a lot of fun by the water. You're going to explore your love life a lot by the water. You're going to explore your spirituality near the water. A lot of your manifestations are going to come through, because you're going to start to practice water magic and like just practicing manifesting with water. That's another thing. You could actually really use water to your advantage because you are so connected. So that means when you're drinking your water, make sure that you charge it. Make sure you charge your water with good words, good affirmations. You could actually play a mantra over your water. You can get mantras on YouTube, like a road opening mantra. Just put your water near your phone, play the mantra for like 10-15 minutes and drink the water. Working with water is going to be really, really important for you, and it's going to be really life-changing for you. And that comes to the next card, which is perchance to dream. If you see those two people, they are in the darkest like part of the water, the darkest part of the ocean. They're floating in the ocean. So I feel like, yeah, you can use water to your advantage. You're very connected, and a lot of your dreams are going to come forth into reality by you working with water. And that comes to the next card, which is the crane bag. There is some decluttering that needs to happen. I feel like your future self is telling you, like, hey, there's a lot of stuff in your life right now that you don't need or use, and it's time to get rid of them. And this pertains to people as well. If there's people in your life that just are not resonating with you, or they're energy vampires, or they're very negative, try to distance yourself away from them, because they're just kind of draining you, and you don't need that right now. And another thing your future self really wants you to know is that whatever obstacle you're going through right now, you're going to overcome it. It's gonna go away, and it's going to end in the best possible outcome for you. And you're going to be very, very happy with the way that this is resolved. And also really work with water. Go near water. If you can, like, take a road trip near the ocean or the beach, or maybe get an Airbnb, like lakefront or something, just do something near the water. I feel like you're going to get a lot of messages from your higher self near the water. I hope that this reading resonated and gave you some clarity and guidance. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, group number 4. There's a lot of cards that popped up for you, and we're going to get into it. I feel like your future self has a lot of things to tell you. The first card that comes up is physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. Okay, so I feel like right now, you are in the need of affection. You want somebody to show you that they care about you through touch. Hugs, kisses on the forehead, caressing your hair. Like, you really long for that, and you want that. You yearn for it. And I feel like your future self is going to tell you, like, hey, in order for you to receive that, you have to put that energy out into the universe. And that comes to the next card, which is demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. So in order for you to receive the things you want, your future self is telling you you have the magical ability to attract anything you want, but you have to live that first. You have to embody that first. And something like an example is, say you want your significant other to buy you roses, you know? You have to put that out into the universe. So buy yourself roses. Because whatever you do, the universe mirrors that. So whatever you want, make sure that you give it to yourself and others first, so that the universe can see what it is you want. You're teaching the universe what you want. So whatever it is, demonstrate it to the universe. And another thing that I see is surrender unhealthy relationships and surrender your attachment to results. Surrender stress. This gives me a huge message that you like to hold on to people, things, situations, emotions that no longer serve you. You're kind of afraid to let them go. You almost feel like just uncomfortable to let them go. Maybe because you don't know what your life will look like without it or without them. Or maybe you think you are not strong enough. Whatever it is, your future self is telling you, you're scared for no reason. Yeah. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. Yeah, I get this energy from your future self that they are saying that you have held on to toxic people for way too long. And unavailable people. I feel like maybe you have been more available in your relationships than the other person. And your future self is telling you it's time to let these go. Because you don't want to teach the universe that you want to be around toxic and unavailable people. Remember, we talked about you have to show the universe and teach the universe what it is you want. So if you want good people in your life, you're going to have to get rid of the bad ones. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. The next one says, the formula for success is to do all you can do to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Okay, now sometimes it's very hard for us to let go of things we're attached to, things that we feel very comfortable with, things we're afraid to let go of. But the universe is saying, not just the universe, but also your future self is saying, it's time for you to play, have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. You have been so serious because of these attachments that you've had. They have caused you so much stress that you've almost put on a mask. And I feel like your future self is really telling you, like, hey, this mask that you put on right now, this mask that you live your life with on your face all the time, this mask is really gonna just dissolve. And this mask is something that is really clogging and hiding your true self, which is a priestess. It's how are you being called to step up and lead? I feel like the vision that you have of yourself in the future is very, very, very different from who you are right now. You dream to be this person. You yearn and you long to be this person. But there's so much you feel like is in the way, which is stress, like attachments, toxicity, negativity, negative people. And because of that, I feel like you don't get the attention that you need. You don't get the affection that you need. And your future self is saying that 5 to 10 years from now, this is all going to end. Your life is going to look like this. You're going to be on a wandering path. And you're really going to start to enjoy your life. Right now, I feel like you're not enjoying your life as much. Do you see this woman? She is longing. She's longing for love. She's drawing a heart in the sand and she's like, I just want affection and attention, and I want to feel loved and treasured, and I want to feel important and sacred to someone else. I want someone else to show me that, you know, but it's very important that you show yourself that. And I feel like you're going to have a few different journeys in your life. I feel like you're going to travel, you're going to explore different spiritualities, different spiritual paths, and in each exploration of yours, you're going to come more and more into your own being. And with each exploration of yours, you're going to really reveal to yourself how powerful you truly are. And you are going to invite the love of your life, like the love of a lifetime into your life. If you're in a relationship, you have to really ask yourself, is this relationship unhealthy and toxic? Am I attached to it for a very toxic reason? And your future self is really like telling you it may not be a romantic relationship right now that you're in, but definitely a relationship in your life right now, whether it's a friend, a coworker, a parent, a family member, somebody that is really draining your energy. And your future self is saying that it's okay to let this go. It's okay to let this relationship go, because as soon as you do, your life is going to become a lot less serious. And also, you're going to start to begin a lot of new journeys. And you're going to start to explore so much fun stuff. And it's going to allow you to become a very, very high power. Very high power. Also, I feel like you're going to be connecting with a lot of rituals that have to do with the ocean. This was for group number 3 as well. So go near the water, go near the ocean, maybe book like an Airbnb near the ocean or the lake, but go near the water, because it's going to be a way for you to connect with your future self. And your future self has a lot of messages and a lot of love to give you. But the more and more that you work with water, the more and more you go near the water, I feel like even you, just like group number 3, you're going to feel more like yourself, and you're going to feel more like you can allow yourself to detach from these negative things in your life. But your future self your future self 5 to 10 years from now is really telling you that all of the stuff that you're going through right now, all the unhealthy relationships that are around you, or if it's one or more than one, these are going to end, but they're going to end in a way where you're going to take your mask off and you're going to come into your own power. And because you're going to come into your own power, you're going to start to enjoy your life. You're going to start to enjoy your journey and play and celebrate. And because of that, you're going to be very, very, very happy. And this happiness is going to come from within you. No outside source is going to provide you this happiness, because it's going to come from within you so strongly that everything else around you is going to become in that happy energy. So I hope that this reading gave you clarity and guidance. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!